Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Super Mario Sunshine. We're going to my least favorite level in the game. Huzzah!
Huzzah.
It's time for Noki. It's time for Noki Bay.
This is such a random ass level portal, just looking up into the sun.
I know that it's a reference to 64, but yeah, it is pretty random.
Anyway, I actually really like this level because
I like this level more in concept than in execution, which is I understand is the resounding thesis on Super Mario Sunshine in general. But with that said, like there's a lot of it. Like I like how the level feels like you're progressing through a singular goal through multiple steps, which is neat. I appreciate that element for it, but it does have some of the most tedious levels in the game. So there's also
it does have some tedious missions. Yeah, the thing that I really like the look, feel, and general construction of the level. It's another level that reminds me a lot of Odyssey. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, this is probably the level that feels most like an Odyssey level. Now that I'm thinking about it, or I guess this is the level that Odyssey levels feel more or most like is probably the more accurate descriptor there. Because Odyssey tended to favor more open designs with some light platforming in the main explorative bits, and the very heavy platforming tended to be saved for
specific areas where you're going for a specific mood. Yeah. But, like, I don't even remember what the tedious missions in this level are now that I'm thinking about it. I'm like,
I don't think there's a mission that's really so much tedious. My disdain for Noki Bay is strictly 100% completion, because I think this area has the worst blue coins.
I mean, there's that element too, but there's also like the swimming. Like I like the underwater swimming better than like better than swimming normally in this game when you get like the helmet, I do like that element, but there's a lot of like really slow elements to that. This mountain's a pain in the ass to climb.
On the subject of swimming, Super Mario Sunshine is weirdly one of those games that dials back three-dimensional swimming in a 3D adventure game space kind of thing.
I think it's mostly because Bug doesn't really make an awful lot of sense underwater, because if you're spraying water underwater,
you could use it to propel yourself. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you end up doing with it for the hover nozzle.
The issue is that you only use the hover nozzle for underwater swimming, when I think an option that should have been considered was all nozzles. And technically, they work halfway through with the turbo nozzle, but that's surface skimming. I don't think you can use the turbo nozzle underwater, at all.
Well, that's kind of the thing. Swimming in Sunshine, swimming in 64 used to be like you go underwater and you'd manually swim around in the same way you would in, say, a Tomb Raider game, and I really like that. I don't know why other people don't, but like, I guess they walked it back because people don't like swimming in 3D games for some reason.
Really, that's interesting, because I hear everyone universally praise Mario 64 swimming, and this
really where did you hear that?
No, I'm in comparison to Sunshine. That's what we're talking about.
Well, yeah. Like now, with hindsight, people will say that 64's swimming is better. Back in the day, people did not like swimming in 3D games for some reason that I cannot figure out.
It's a couple of things. One is that it's very slow. And the precision involved is difficult. I would say specifically in Mario 64, it's hard to be precise because you can only ever move in like little bits. Whereas a game like the other problem is that it often felt like the air limit was a little bit too.
Well, yeah, humans can hold their breath for over 2 minutes, and Mario here is down here with a 10-second lung capacity.
Here's the thing, though, is that Mario is also several hundreds of times more athletic than the average human, so you think he'd be able to hold his breath longer than the average human, you know?
He's constantly running and jumping everywhere. He does cardio all the time. He should be able to hold his breath pretty hard, yeah.
I guess it makes up for the fact that in Mario 64, if you so much as put your knees into the water, you heal back to full health.
But
so,
like,
you know.
but like, you know, Super Mario Sunshine, the beach game, is the game where they decided to minimize swimming to just surface paddling and the occasional dive down for a collectible, which is lame. You know, it's just like the weakest form of 3D swimming.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind swimming in 3D games. I quite like it because it allows you to explore a fully three-dimensional space, which is really neat. Like, you get to use the Z-axis far more in a swimming level than you get to do in almost any other part of a game, which is really cool.
Oh yeah, swimming is also like a really good complement to a sense of adventure, which is why Tomb Raider used it so goddamn much. Actually, now that I think about it, Tomb Raider might be half the reason people were turned off by swimming, because those areas are really difficult. Man. Ooh.
Yeah, I think that elements of it's just a matter of there was no real uniform way of doing it. They tend to be slow, and people don't like the time limit aspect of it. But, you know, I feel like depending on the game, I feel like there are a lot of games that do swimming really well. Like Spyro, I think the swimming in Spyro is great. I think the swimming in Banjo-Tooie is very good. The swimming in Kazooie is like, but they improved it a lot in the sequel. I think. I honestly, I don't mind the swimming in Galaxy. I think the swimming in Galaxy is a lot of fun. It's granted, part of that is due to the shells and also the fact that you can spin to go faster. At the cost of control, which I think adds a fun element to it as well.
One of my favorites is actually the Soul Reaver games, because not only is the ability to swim at all like a really cool upgrade you get in the middle of the game, because at first water dissolves you, but it plays into the two dimensions concept really well, because when you're in the spirit world, water is just as thin as air. You can walk through it, but you can't reach things that are high up underwater unless you're in the material world. Also, Raziel doesn't have lungs, so he doesn't need to breathe.
Oh yeah, you know what? That's something that I didn't think about. But a vampire, if they didn't dissolve in it, wouldn't need to breathe.
Well, I mean, at the beginning of the game, Raziel gets dissolved in a whirlpool of water and his lungs disappear. He also doesn't have a mouth, so
that's a plot point in Angel, actually, now that I remember it. The Buffy spinoff, where fucking Connor, who's the worst character in the franchise, and I hate him so much. God, I hate Connor so... Anyway, he traps Angel, his dad, who's a vampire, underwater by tying something to his legs, and so he's literally like trapped at the bottom of the ocean for like 6 months, if I remember correctly. Fuck Connor, he's a piece of shit. I hate him. Ruined the second half of the show. God.
I mean, that's the kind of thing that vampire stories do when they want to really like absolutely drive a character insane, trap them somewhere where they can't feed for ages and ages, and then they go crazy from hunger.
Yeah, but Angel's like the good guy vampire, so that doesn't really come up all that much in that.
Yeah.
Although, speaking of, my favorite part of... oh my god, there's 2 blue coins hidden in the stupid pots? Oh my god.
Yep, that's why I get them. That's why I get them now.
I never would have been... I don't know how you find those without a guide, damn. Because you don't even know where you're missing blue coins in this game. Like, oh god. Does the screen... I know the screen, the map screen, if you scroll over, it does show you like what levels you've gotten shine sprites in. Does it show how many blue coins you've gotten per level? And is there a uniform amount of blue coins per stage?
There is 30. An amount of uniform coins per stage. Yes, there's 30, as Sean said. I don't think it tells you how many coins you have per stage, though. Nope. Okay.
And also, you don't know what mission they're in.
What you're describing is a tracker, which Sunshine does not have.
You know what the blue coins are? They're an early expression of a game design philosophy that wouldn't really come into fruition until games on the Switch, which is like games that are designed to give you oodles and oodles of content that you can just go back to little by little over a long period of time after you've already finished the game. The blue coins are there so that you have something to find that you're not supposed to... Like, the designers do not necessarily intend you to 100% it all in one go, but they want you to like, come back to the game every so often and play it and collect one or two things here and there. But, of course, stuff like that works better in, say... Mario Odyssey with its redonkulous number of moons, or Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom with the Korok seeds and stuff, or that one.
A lot of games I've noticed have stuff like that. Like RPGs, for example. A lot of RPGs now have like crafting systems and whatnot, and like little things for you to find. Mostly just so that when you're exploring around in gameplay, and you're why did you zoom up? Like it's freaking a million miles an hour?
Because I'm against the wall.
What?
Huh.
It's very weird.
What the shit?
I'm very confused as to what's going... okay.
There we go.
Oh, it's a bottle, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So you're up against the curve of the bottle.
Yeah, but I don't know why that would launch you at 500 miles an hour. Well,
Wait, is this a Minish Cap area?
Son.
This is a Minish Cap area. Jesus Christ.
Doesn't this predate Minish Cap?
I think
No.
so.
by a couple of years.
No, I think Minish Cap was
2002,
2003.
right?
I mean, this kind of shrink down to go inside of a bottle or something was the kind of thing you would do a lot in Minish Cap.
Minish Cap was like 2004 or 5, right? Because Wind Waker wasn't until 2003, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, Minish Cap was one of the Capcom spin-offs during that era.
Let me
It was
look.
the last Game Boy Advance Zelda game, if I remember correctly.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it was a third project between Nintendo and Capcom for Zelda, because they were also in charge of the Oracle games.
Yeah.
I believe there's like references to the characters from the Oracle games, and also they added something for the secret third Oracle game they wanted to make but never did.
They added something from the secret third Oracle game they wanted to make to the Oracle games. You can find the third Oracle in the secret area.
Okay, so Minish Cap came out November 4th, 2004.
Oh, okay. So that's actually, they probably were working on
That's
that
pretty late.
even before Wind Waker came out, then, in that case.
Possibly. It's hard to say how fast
Maybe, or no,
they got
because
those out.
Capcom handled it. So,
Yeah.
like, meanwhile, main Nintendo has all their attention's focused on Wind Waker. Hey, Derek.
What's he playing?
He just says he's online, so...
He's playing online.
Oh, okay. Wow, that game, everybody seems to be playing that.
I do like the tightrope mechanic, by the way. It's probably the best implemented platforming mechanic in all of Super Mario Sunshine is the tightropes.
Well, it's because there's no balancing mechanic on it.
There's no balancing, but it has a very robust rubber banding physics.
Yeah. On that, I agree. That's why I like it.
It's also just a lot of fun to bounce because you can get good height on that too.
Yeah, it's a very fun mechanic that appears throughout the game, and it's always fun when it pops up. It also plays very well with FLUDD, both for the purposes of the rocket nozzle and the hover nozzle.
Yeah, so the reason why Noki Bay is all toxic doesn't have anything to do with Bowser Jr. or anything like that. This guy's just got stanky breath, and we gotta brush his teeth.
And well, his teeth got all gunked up by the gunk, so it's.
I always thought that his teeth was just gross.
Well, I mean,
like he hadn't washed them in years.
It's painty goop, yeah, but
Yeah.
like it's a case of the pollution affecting the local fauna, you know.
Well, two of these
Wildlife.
teeth like legitimately fall out after you wash them, though. So I think this guy doesn't brush nearly as much as he should.
That's what fauna is, John.
No. Fauna
Fauna is animals and wildlife.
No, I don't believe
You're fauna, John.
you're a wildlife.
Yes, I am.
It's flora and fauna, plants and animals.
We've established that of the four of us, I am definitely the most stupid.
No, we never said that.
In regard, I am. So
You need to give yourself more credit.
Lewis won't shut the fuck up about shit that I never heard of. Ted says a lot.
Yes.
And
you don't
Ryan
have to point it out.
Ryan.
Yes.
I like Ryan.
Speaking of details, golden tooth. I want to know what dentist installed a golden tooth inside this fit. Oh, we knocked out another one.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. This guy's teeth are terrible if they get knocked. If they're getting knocked out. I don't think this is Bowser Jr.'s fault at all.
Well, I mean, it is this time, but who knows what happened last time. He's gonna need another golden tooth, though. That's expensive.
Yeah, it's also going to take a shine sprite from the populace of Isle Delfino, and then they're going to, I don't know,
They're not going to do anything.
it's going to be slightly cloudy out, I guess.
Oh no, another one.
Man, it sure would be great if there was some sort of, like, insurance for this.
Do you think any insurance provider would cover a sea monster?
No, you see, he
No.
gets health insurance, but not dental insurance because your teeth cost extra.
I love capitalism.
I don't.
Well, yeah, that was sarcasm. But, you know, is this tooth gonna stay in? No, it's not. Ugh,
Yeah.
we got to see the underside. That's one of the things that always squicks me out is the underside of. Did the golden tooth pop out too?
Yes.
Yeah, he spits it out.
That's what becomes a shine sprite.
What?
And then he
And it just
gives you a heart
floats away.
cloud. He gives you a coin heart because he's grateful that we pulled out 5 of his teeth.
Hey, that's a dentist bill they don't have to worry about.
Look, wouldn't it suck if the coin heart were the thing to get you the 100 coin shine and you had to choose between shines?
Oh, wait. Does the 100 coin shine kick you out of the level in this game?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Sunshine, why? Sunshine, why are you like this?
Well, we'll finish up the rest of Noki Bay in the next part of Super Mario Sunshine.